Most smokers find at some point after they quit, someone's going to offer them cigarettes. Now, sometimes this will be a very innocent offer. The person will not know that you stopped smoking, and it just seems like a polite thing to do. They'll see you maybe having a hard time. They'll see you, or just they're having a cigarette. They want to be social, but every now and then, a very innocent offer will come from a well-meaning individual who doesn't know that you stopped smoking. Would you like a cigarette? Now, the first time you get an offer like this from an individual, accept the fact that maybe it was an accident, they didn't realize that you had stopped smoking. And very nicely and very politely say, oh, no, you don't smoke anymore. You don't even need to say, I'm sorry I don't smoke anymore, because you know what? You're not sorry that you don't smoke anymore. But without having to do any kind of preaching, just say, no, I just don't smoke anymore. Now, that really should be the end of the discussion, unless they ask, oh, you've quit, and they want information on how to quit smoking. No, that's fine too. But sometimes, and sometimes to some people, this happens quite often, you'll get people who won't let that drop when you say you don't want a cigarette and that you don't smoke anymore. They will continue to offer you cigarettes. They will try to make it sound enticing. Now, this is a tactic that I came up with years ago in my smoking clinic participants, that if a person were to ask a second time, after you made it very clear to them, and that you know that they're remembering this, you just said it to them that you don't smoke anymore. If they say again, now it's time to be a little more forceful and saying, no, I don't smoke anymore. I don't want cigarettes. I'm done with this. Now, you will find some people who will be unrelenting. They will just keep on pressing you to have a cigarette. Now, understand something. You've done something now that they can't do. You've quit smoking, and to their feelings, they can't quit smoking. They may very well feel quite inferior to you at this moment. And there's two ways for them to feel equal to you. One way is they can quit smoking. Oh, that doesn't sound like a really good idea at that moment in time to that individual. The other way is you could take up smoking. That, sounds a lot more appealing to them in many cases. And that may be literally what they're trying to do. They're trying to get you to go back to smoking. Be forceful a few times, but after a while, if you see they are not letting up, they are going to try to press you to, smoke, if they feel they can get away with it. After a while, just look at them almost defeated. You've tried your best. You've been, and what they're seeing is you've been fighting this terrible urge that you're having, that they're offering you a cigarette, you can't have it. Play into their little game for a few seconds and just look at them and say, oh, you're right, maybe I should. And then, it's be very contrite here and say, are you sure? You don't mind giving me a cigarette? You won't miss the cigarette. Now, if they've gone through this much pressure to try to get you to be a smoker again, they're not going to mind giving you a cigarette. And again, you can say again, are you sure? You don't need this. It's okay. And they're probably going to go, yeah, go ahead, take it. Take the cigarette. Look at it again, looking kind of defeated and kind of worn down, and like you just can't take anymore. And smile and break the cigarette. Just destroy it, crumble it, so they can't reassemble it in any fashion. Now, if they were to somehow play this game a little bit longer and push it again, or if you just feel like that was really kind of a lot of fun, maybe you could have a little bit more fun here and saying, wow, yeah, that felt really good. Can I have another one? Now, they're probably not going to be foolish enough, but if they are, to give you another cigarette, just take that one and smash it too. You can keep asking for more if you like, and they can keep giving you more. In fact, somewhere down the line say, this is taking a long time. Why don't you just give me your pack? I'll destroy the whole thing. I can almost guarantee you that if you do this and you take, as many cigarettes as they can give or destroy the pack, this offer is not going to come again. If they realize what you're going to do, that you're going to destroy their cigarettes. See, cigarettes are expensive. This is an expensive game for them to play. You're going to walk away from this event, again, quite victorious at this moment in time. They were trying to get you to smoke. You were trying to sustain your quit. It's not saying you're trying to get them to quit. You're trying to sustain your own quit, and you succeeded at that point in time. And you taught them a lesson that they're not going to win this game with you. And again, it's going to be a loss on their part. It's going to be an added expense on their part of their cigarettes are being destroyed. And again, you asked them, was it okay to have the cigarette? If once they gave it to you and you said, they weren't going to get it back, it doesn't make a difference. If you smoked them, they weren't going to get them back. If you destroyed them, they weren't getting them back. So it's just a little tactic that if you really want to get a person off your back who really is being, what you may be feeling is rude by what you're doing, come on, what they were doing was much ruder. They were trying to undercut your quit, and your quit was something you did to save your life. No one should be trying to question this and, worse, undercutting this effort that you have done. They can't do it. No matter how hard another person tries, they cannot cost you your quit. You're the only one who can do that. And the way to make sure that you don't do that, the way that you never end up having to be a smoker again, is even when at times of offers, that you stick to your personal commitment to never take another puff.